Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna go and analyze what's more likely to happen in the coming week. So we did this last week. We were kind of spot on. We were bullish for the week up until Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday ended up being a little bit stronger than I thought. It was actually the best week, I believe, of the stock market since 2022, which is pretty crazy to say the least. But this week is gonna be crazy, and you definitely don't want to miss this week. We got FOMC. And a lot of people believe, so the belief is overall that the interest rates will finally come down by 0.25 or 0.50 basis point. The Federal Reserve has been kind of like talking about this, but will they finally do it? People are believing that more likely they will. And of course, that's going to be the key component to kind of where the market is going. As I feel like, in my opinion, right now it's a little bit of in between two zones. Right, to really flip bullish to all-time highs, you want to close over this this daily and 4-hour gap that we had. You can see this is a key resistance point when we had this rally back up after this move from all-time highs down on the Nasdaq. Right, now the Nasdaq came down, made a higher low here. Could this possibly be the bottom? There's a good chance there could be. Again, if look at this real quick. This is the GP of that, and then what I tell you guys, 0.66, 0.618, exact bottom of the market so far for the continuation higher. So if this is the bottom, first leg of a bottom, or the first leg before an uptrend, tends to be at the 0.618 point. That's where we buy our famous golden pocket. So there's a good chance this could totally be this could be it. And I would not be surprised, right? So if you put a gun in my head, I would probably think we see all-time highs before we see a new low. But again, that's going to be a little bit of a guess because we do have to see what's going to happen tomorrow on Wednesday. I believe it's with the Federal Reserve. If you don't know where to see for news in general, just go to forexfactory.com. I already have it right here. As you guys can see, if you go to you can just go to forexfactory.com. You can see all the news. We can go here and look at this week right there. Apply settings. CPI. Boom, boom, boom. FOMC right here, Wednesday the 18th. You can see FOMC. So we also have the CPI is the English one, so it's not a big of a deal. But that's where you can get all your news. Forex Factory tends, to me, it's the most accurate one. So there's a good chance this could be a bottom. But what do we want to see? We want to see us on the weekly time frame close up above pretty much essentially that $20,000 area, 19,925, and that's where we want to see price come up to, right? So my next target would be up here. This would be the key area, 2,341. And this is kind of like where I think we're going to see like the turning point. If there's a turning point, like, you know, a lot of people say whenever there's a Fed pivot, it's going to be a turning point. It will be up here. Because if we bring up yes on the other chart, and I show you guys the weekly chart real quick. So we had an overall bearish divergence on the weekly time frame, right? This July 24th wick right here that created this weekly imbalance for value gap. On yes, you went well above it. So there's going to be a good chance that price could come up here, reject the weekly, fill the imbalance, reject the weekly, and then could go lower. I'm ready for this scenario if this will look extra good if ES comes up and makes a new all-time high. So we fill this weekly imbalance, as well as ES will come up and break a new all-time highs, creating what? You should know by now. Creating a weekly bearish divergence, right here. Imagine this. A weekly bearish divergence because one broke the all-time highs and one didn't. Similarly, how we saw this bottom right here on this a few weeks ago, a month ago or so. Look at look at NQ. Took out these equal lows right here. Yes, did not. Creating what? A bullish divergence because one took out lows and one did not. On these larger time frames, guys, the divergences almost never miss. I don't want to say never, but they work really, really well. For example, even here, when we look at that key area, that week from July 24th, that was a bearish divergence because Q never broke above it. Yes, broke above it, and then you got a leg down, right? So these are key areas that you do need to mark out on your charts, especially when the weekly candles close. And it's important to wait for the weekly candle close. Of course, the monthly, just if you look at the monthly on ES, it just looks super clean to like continuation higher. Like if we look at the monthly on ES, right, this was the previous all-time highs from December. Then we spent, 2021. It's 2022, what was it? Yeah, pretty much 2021, 2022. And this was like that long kind of bear market. And look at price. We're just twice now. We're pretty much just holding this. We also created, we the first time we broke above it, we created bullish fair value gap there on the monthly. And price just comes down and goes up. So on the monthly time frame, which is like a really large time frame, of course, it's only 12 candles a year, but it is a key time frame to look at. Price looking extremely bullish still. It doesn't seem like the top is here yet or anything like that. The issue is if we look at it in Q, much of the same, right? Much of the same. There's an all-time high there. Price just bounces off that 17,777. The issue that you have if you look too much at social media, anytime you have a red couple weeks, even a red month, people are like, oh, this is it. The top is in. The top is in here. The top is in here. Right? Like this kind of was the top, but if you look at price, it's just like it's a healthy retracement just to keep going higher. Right? And then I've heard that since I've been trading since 2014, it's always the top. Oh, this event, that event, whatever it is. If you remember in 2018, if any of you guys remember in 2018, that was like the first quote unquote bear market I was a part of. And price just moves right back up, right? So overall, it's always going to be for the bulls. The bulls are always going to win. So do not be finding the overall trend, right? Don't buy these long dated puts that quite rarely work unless you really, really know how to time the market. If you look at the 4 hours, much of the same, right? Like this 4 hours is support at 7777, and it's just not really going much of anywhere. So I'm expecting some either slightly red or choppy price action before FOMC, right? Kind of price look like it's trying to break this trend here. So I'm expecting us to kind of retrace back into this imbalance as well. So I would like to see the retrace into around 19,000, something like this. And then we'll see with the FOMC. I think overall it'd be bullish FOMC if they do cut rates, at least for the short, for like the near future, maybe in the next couple of weeks before it turns. But the days before, I'm expecting kind of a choppy market. People patiently waiting to see what Jerome Powell is going to say so that they can full part their accounts and hopefully pass their challenge accounts. Of course, I'm going to be trading live every single day. We're probably going to be streaming as well as the Jerome Powell FOMC meeting. So if you do want to part of that, make sure you leave a code. Join us down below. Code 39 in your first month if you've never been part of the group. Also, I want to announce that I'm more than likely going to do some kind of challenge. It's not going to be on options. It's not going to be on futures. It's going to be with the different platform. And it'll be exclusively to YouTube. More than likely, it's going to be some kind of flip. It's not going to be in options or futures because it's going to be a little bit different than what I usually trade. But again, if I do a challenge, I don't want to use the time that I'm trading my main account to spend on a smaller account challenge because it's kind of pointless, right? Because I need to kind of make money on my own fucking main account, right? So it's probably going to be a side project we're working on during after hours, limit orders. It's going to be like more of like a swing trading type of thing. But don't worry, you guys will see it. So hope you guys have a great week. Leave a comment down below. Let me know where you think price is going to go and what is your analysis on the market going into next week. As always,